right? So basically, if all those things line up, you can pretty much tag in with minimum drawdown, right?
Yep.
And the only thing that can mess you up is a tweet, right? That's the
Man, I've been
only
there.
thing that can mess you up is a fucking tweet,
Yeah.
and you can't time those. And you pretty much with that trying to combat that is if I get in, like say for instance, I've been trading using the MNQ, but using the cross with the Replicano to trade NQ, right? And I figured out very fast. Take off your ATM strategy and
Yeah, I
don't let it clone
know.
across. Don't
Thanks
clone it
for
across.
reminding me. Shit.
Like I use it. I have ATM strategy on MNQ, right? But I don't cross it over within Replicano. And the reason I do that is so that I don't have to manually place my stops on NQ, right?
Yep.
Because I was getting tagged out for L's constantly because it was following my MNQ ATM strategy. Like, say for instance, the MNQ strategy was $100, right? And if it pulls back on MNQ $100 and also pulls back $100 on NQ, that's two different locations on the chart, right? Because you moving $1 a tick, and NQ is moving $5 a tick. So it may move a little bit, and you're stopped out on NQ, constant L's, right? Meanwhile, your MNQ is still in play. So I use my 18 strategy on the primary and just let it follow, right? And I've been doing pretty good. Just move it in place, and once I get up $150 on MNQ, I move it up into like $15 in profit on
Yeah.
yeah
You've been having a
MNQ,
great week this week.
and it's been following. But you get stopped out. That's one thing. You get stopped out. You be up $500, get stopped out, and at that point, I start moving it up a little bit, right? But yeah, I've been rocking it this week. Trying to be patient, man.
Yeah, that's where kind of imbalance helps me be patient. I don't want to
Like,
trade in a trend in the middle of a 1 hour trend unless I know for sure something's coming. Like if data's coming, then I know the momentum's gonna flush in to either carry the momentum up or reverse.
yeah, and I was telling a few other people that when it starts rocketing up like that, it's going to come back.
Yep.
you know, it may be within the next 20 minutes, but if it out goes up like a damn rocket ship, it's going to come right back down. You just have to be ready. And usually, if you look left, there's
Yep.
something to the left, like a doji
Yep.
or a resistance, something there. It's going to tap that and roll right over. Like I was telling what's his name, Phantom last night. He messaged me and was asking me about support up there, and I was like, yeah, it's gonna roll over up here, and we were talking about it, and he was thinking about getting in, but I was like, it might just blow through that. You might get a bad tweet and it blows right through that. But of course, it held it, but it did tap into that 1 hour imbalance up there. And what I've been doing is marking my doji high and doji low,
Yep.
and usually if it taps the doji low and starts rejecting, you're good to go. But you're gonna have some resistance at the doji body.
Yep. Look at
So
this is a good example right here. See right here the yellow line?
No,
It
you're not.
cats
Are you
into
sharing? Oh, yeah, you
yeah,
are.
yeah.
yeah,
See this yellow line? Right to the body.
yeah, yeah,
But usually it has resistance. You can tell right here at the body, right? So if I move it to the bottom, it hits it right here. And then it has struggle, rejects, and then bounces off the 100, and then it hits it on the top, and
right,
then rejects again.
right. And that right there is all tweet. Those
Yep,
rejections and buy ups are all fucking news and tweet.
yep.
That's the
Oh
thing.
shit.
You have to not jump in the chop, right? You have to have that discipline to not jump in the chop. Or when it wicks into the imbalance, then you get in and hold it. But it's going to be rocky, so you take your profits.
So
'Cause you,
something something that's gonna tell you that it's gonna reject hard off that level is a candle like this. Oops, hold on one sec. Uh, it's a candle like this right here.
yeah,
It's a big level, so you know it's gonna have a good rejection. And this is a 1 hour chart. So if you're getting in on the 1 hour chart or a level based off the 1 hour chart, this little wick right here, that could have been up 50 points easily. Um, but you know because of this candle, and then look at the momentum of that leg. So you know when you come back into this level, if look at the first time it tagged it, it had a good rejection.
right, yeah,
Then you got to follow the imbalance. There's the first, either you call that a fair value gap, but that's what I call imbalance. Um, because this candle right here, this doji, would be the imbalance.
right.
What
And that
doji?
was
What
about,
doji? That green one you're calling that a doji?
Yeah, this one.
Why would
yeah.
you consider that a doji? Because it's between two large moving candles with like FEGs in between.
No, just because. Well, hold on. That's that's what I call. I don't know. That's how I just. Even this is a doji. Would you consider this
I,
a doji?
I mean, I
That's
guess
a
I
hammer.
guess we all have beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? Kind of idea.
Yep.
Where you're like, some of that girl looks like she looks thin, bro, and you're like, nah, man, she's fat. This one looks like, so for me, I always imagine dojis just looking like a T.
Like
You know
this
what I
one,
mean?
right?
Like,
Like
yeah,
this one.
right? Like something real thin. But obviously, if it's got that looks more to me like the one that you were pointing out before, the green one in
Yeah.
between two greens.
Yep.
Like that one looks to
This
me
one.
more like a morning star, right? Like a
Yep. But
more than
it's
a
a
doji. You know what I mean? But I just wanted to pick up your term so when you guys say it, I know what you're looking for.
no.
What you're
Yeah.
saying.
Anything that looks similar like this. There's a red one right here. There's little
Yeah.
ones. We would call this. What Brandon would call this is a fat body doji.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
So, and there's just some indecision in here, and there's some pressure right here. So it would tell you that it's gonna go up on this one, right? This one, this red doji signified that it was gonna go up, but we don't know when. But looking into the smaller time frames, I'm sure we can find an imbalance that these dojis created, that we could find a balance point in that area to go up.
Okay.
So this is a doji, at least in the way that I was taught, right? Any of these could be dojis, but this is the 1 hour
And so you're looking for 1 hour dojis that
with
help
the
you out.
with the huge candle after.
Okay.
So
So
even
you
this
yeah.
area right here, right? You can't really see it. This is not ideal because look at this red candle. I don't like for it to like
Yeah.
be down here. So this is not perfect, but you could go into the smaller time frames, the 30-minute.
But don't go yet. Don't go yet. That red one is ideal, I'm assuming, right? The red doji on the left with the massive drop
This one?
down. No,
Oh,
left.
this one?
Yeah. No, yeah, all the way
Yeah.
up. Up,
Yep.
up, up, up. Right? That doji, right, started it. We
Yep.
got massive candle right after, like you just
Yep.
said.
Yep.
So what does that make you look at? Now, what does that make you think when you see that? You go, we're gonna retest that area of that doji at some point and get
At
a
some point.
rejection.
Yep.
Okay. And you're expecting
And
a rejection? Like you're expecting that's like a volume imbalance, like a volume vacuum that we're going to have to come back to, and then
yep.
we'll get a rejection off of it? Or are you going to look for that to kind of like push through and bounce off of it?
That depends how that price action goes into my level.
Well,
Okay.
it's gap then.
Uh,
So the price action here came back into your level and it looked like it came back in real strong, right?
where
We
over
get
here?
this, yeah, we get that big, strong pushback move up into it. So what's your now? If you don't know what's obviously going to happen after, what would you kind of be expecting here, seeing that doji there that you mentioned, and still
So
another continuation move up?
okay. So my play, the way that I like to see price action go into it is exactly like this. This is a 1 hour, so
Yeah,
it's gonna take a little bit longer. So this is like 5 hours worth of price action. That's like the whole session, right?
for sure.
Um, but what I don't want to see going into my level is a higher low. So if I see a higher low, I'm gonna step like if this would have hit, came back and hit right here, and not tagged it right here,
Okay, yeah, then you're gonna look like for a
then
burst
I'm gonna
through.
look for it
Yeah.
to burst through.
Yeah, I gotcha. Okay. That makes sense.
That's what I don't like to see is those higher lows or those lower highs going into my level. What I like to see is it for it to bounce up and within the first three candles hit it and come
Yeah.
and then create a lower high to for continuation down, or depending on what these candles would give us, I'm sure there's an imbalance and we can bounce back up.
And it
So
and it was looking fairly weak going into your level there. So it's like that volume and that pressure
yeah,
died off. That volatility died off a
yeah,
bit.
yeah,
So
these
it's like,
smaller
okay, yeah.
candles.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
like jump into it now, you're gonna get a touch back. But now that it did touch back and it made a higher low, right there coming up
Yeah,
next.
right
Yeah,
here.
right there. Yeah. Now
Yep.
what? Now you're thinking we might blow through my level. Don't try to retest this
Yep.
again. Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep. And then this, since this doji right here, these dojis would be my over under level.
Okay. Gotcha.
So I'm
Over
just
under of your short or your long play at
Yep.
that point.
Yes, sir.
Right, and those would be good for scalps, like coming
Yeah.
down to the SMA, coming
Yeah,
back
exactly.
up to the coming back up to the imbalance. Like you can
Yep.
play in between this all day, but you have to put your stops in place. 'Cause you
What are
can
your
get
guys what do you guys on your take, and I don't want to take over the meeting, but I want to hear you guys' style, but what SMA are you guys using for your target then whenever you're trying to take that as a scalp?
I'm only using the 100 EMA, 100 SMA,
The 100
right?
EMA and the 100
Yeah,
SMA? Okay.
yeah. If it comes
On
down to those, I'll take it. I'll tag it. But those may not be my continue. Like say for instance today, how it dipped down to the 100 SMA,
a question
right?
on that. 100 on the 1 hour or on the 5 minute, on what
On the
time frame?
across all of them.
Oh, I got you.
Like
Okay.
I
Okay.
would like on my charts. What I have right now on my screen, I have a 5 minute, the
Yeah.
60 minute, the 15 minute, and the 30 minute. Right.
So your first touch
If
on any one of those is kind of first
Yeah.
target. Okay.
Right. Now, if price is running away from like say for instance we ran up and the price starts coming back barreling back down toward the SMA on like the 15 minute, the first tag is going to run back up, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to get in if it's moving fast. I'll get in and a pullback down to the SMA if there's nothing in between, right? Like if there's not a an imbalance on the 15 minute or the 5 minute in between.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it'll tag those imbalances and reject, depending on what time of day it is on news,
Oops.
right?
Right.
But
Right.
if it's just dumping and you can get in a small pullback down to that SMA, there's no reason not to get part of it. I don't want it all. All I want is a little bit, right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
If I can jump in and get $400, I'll take $400.
Yeah.
No big deal, right?
Okay.
So it's one of those scalp deals, but on the long term plays, I've been doing pretty good. But I've been putting my stops in place and taking profits halfway in between.
So let's talk about
Right.
that real quick. Your stop. What's your stop at the end of the day? Is it a hard P&L number, or is it
No.
like just a previous high kind of deal?
Not even. It's just if I can scalp out and be done with $400, I'll be doing $400. But I've been doing like today, I did 3.5, and that's just playing
Yeah.
in between scalps, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
if I see a move, I'm going to get a good move. But it gets a point in time where you're being greedy. You're like, you know what? I'm about to go red.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I gotcha.
So
I
it's
think-
like I'll be happy with $300, easy, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, but
Sure.
I've been like on my MNQ, I did 345, and
Okay.
the only reason why I did 3.5 on NQ is because it's a larger account,
Gotcha.
right? It's a 300K account, and Apex doesn't offer that anymore.
Oh, gotcha.
So
Okay.
so it's one of those accounts I've been holding on to that they can't get rid of because I got it already. So
Have you been milking it? You've been pulling out
I've been
of
milking it.
Apex?
Been milking it.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. I had kind of had a bad run this past month or two. I was telling Semper that, but I had 15 accounts on two different occasions with Apex that I got 15 of them live in like no time, and then I blew him first day.
Oh yeah,
And
that
I
I
did
did the same
I did
thing.
it again just this week. I was like, what the hell? What am I doing here? And I guess I forgot that it was in a $2,500 drawdown. When I do the end of day drawdowns, I forgot
Yeah,
it's $2,000, and I thought I had an extra cushion, but it is what it is.
yeah,
But apart from me on my system, is that you know I have one. If I'm feeling impatient, and I think this is just a typical psychological thing that all of us go through. But if I'm feeling that impatience and slack, I mean, part also greed. I don't know if I have a stop sometimes because I'm
yeah,
like, this looks like it's gonna work my way. You know what I mean? I would like to build a really good system that has some type of like really solid stop, process in place with it. But I don't feel like I've ever found one. You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
like put it above the highs. It's like, well, they're gonna sweep the highs and then they're gonna go low. You know what I mean? It's like, well, then put it, at a dollar amount. It's like, well, how do it a dollar amount if my target isn't a dollar amount? You know what I mean? Like, how do you
Yeah.
justify that? So,
Like it depends if you're using MNQ or NQ, right? For me, if
yeah.
I'm using MNQ, I can do the structure. Like for my system, it would be at the break of the imbalance up here,
Okay, yeah.
right?
And M and Q would be what you ride there to allow you to get that space, that movement, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if you're using NQ, I use a hard dollar amount. Like me, it's $1,200 since I have my cash account.
Yeah.
I just do $1,200,
Hey,
1250 stop loss
what'd you start your cash account at, Semper? What'd you start it
at,
at?
at about 12,000.
So you started at 12,000 with yours?
Yeah.
And what'd you do whenever what did you have your risk at then? I'm sure it wasn't $1,200.
No, it was at $300
About $300 per stop. Okay,
per
gotcha.
per
Yeah.
trade per
Yeah, per
trade,
trade.
but it would be two trade max loss, so $600 a day.
Okay, the max loss, and then you
Yeah.
broker cut it out, or did you do it? You have enough discipline to do it yourself.
No, I have discipline to do it myself.
Yeah. Now,
Uh,
now Ninja Trader now offers a broken cut,
That's what I would
but
do.
it
Yeah.
it it's like I say you have to be able to survive and live another day,
But
Yeah.
right?
doesn't that lock you out at like if you go negative $300, or let's say my hard stop for the day is negative $600, right?
Right.
It would stop me out and lock my account till
Oh
for
yeah.
24 hours, right? Or whatever you set it to.
To the next
Correct?
session.
Yeah, it's whatever you set it to. I would just make it. I would just set it to the post market open. You know.
Yeah, it would do to the next session. So
Yeah.
like say for instance, if I blow my stops in the morning, it won't unlock again until 3 p.m. my time, like when the market reopens.
See, I've been considering going into live accounts because I farmed these props too as well, and I got 40K sitting on the side, and I'm just sort of going like I'm really done with like a lot of the restrictions that they put on us in different ways, and I want to be able to trade the way I want to trade. But a big part of me is the concern on those days where I'm not perfect, and they'll show up once a month, and that 1 day in that month could blow an entire account
Yep.
if I was being ridiculous. So I would be one to go in there and say I'm gonna go into the broker and put a hard stop on there, a hard daily loss stop. Maybe not per trade, but a daily, and then lock me out.
Yeah, because a lot of times the new traders they go tilt and they don't realize it. That's one of the
Yeah.
hardest things
Thank,
to
thank
tame.
for Thank for me, Semper, is I notice when I'm on tilt. I just don't care. Like
Well,
that's
because
not
it's a
okay.
prop, right? It's a prop, and you're like,
Exactly. It's
"Fuck,
true. Yeah.
I'm only risking $100." But
Yeah.
when it's live account, that's $1,500 or
Yeah,
two
for sure.
thousand dollars. So
Yeah, for sure.
it's a totally different
Yeah. Yeah, I
feeling.
gotcha. Yeah.
Because instead of losing 100 or 300, whatever account size you got,
Yeah.
it ain't shit to you, right? Or shouldn't
No.
be.
No, it's not. It really isn't. And I'm like, oh, dude, that's my Starbucks, order. I
Yeah.
can get another one. We're good. Like,
And that's where
yeah.
props can get dangerous because you build that bad habit.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I'm just
agree with you.
risking $100. But when you go
Yep.
to live, it's totally different. That's why you have to have that broker
Yeah.
stop because
You
it's
just got to protect the capital,
yeah,
man.
yep. Trust
Yeah.
me, because when I was first profitable,
Yeah.
my first after 3.5 years of trading futures, I was profitable, but then I blew it up at 6 months later.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
started with
Exactly.
$600, built it up to 3,000. I was like, oh shit! In 1 month, I doubled it. Almost tripled my account, and I was like, oh
Yeah.
shit! And no shit, I got all hyphy and shit. I got
Yeah.
what I call euphoria.
Yep.
And you get blinded, and then you fucking bag hold, and you go on tilt, and you blow it up, and
Yep.
that's not a great feeling.
I
Yeah, because
gotcha.
I built an indicator to do a hard stop at your account where it changes your color screen, it won't let you trade, all that cool shit. But you can just simply turn off the indicator.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
You just turn the indicator off on it.
Shit, you just shut down the platform at that point.
Yeah.
And not even then, you'll
But
come back 15 minutes later. I need to make my
right,
money back.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Fuck.
Yeah. How
And
do I
because
undo this?
because
Yeah.
you'll walk away, and then you'll be like, "Yo, all right, I'm gonna look at my phone," and you look on Trading View, and you see the market's fucking ripping, so I'm gonna get back in. So you turn
Yeah.
your computer back on. By the time you get back in, it's already done, and you jump into a bad move.
Yep.
So it's like having the broker stop is good, right?
Hey, did you just describe my like last week move? Is that what happened? I
That's
didn't know you were
everybody.
watching me, bro.
Shit, that's everybody.
Yeah, right. That's the funny thing is that we can all share identical stories that everybody's experienced, you know?
And we all know better, and we still do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's it's like communal therapy. Like I knew what shit they've been doing this, but I'm gonna take his ass beating because
Yep. Because I deserve it. I just shouldn't have done it. Yeah.
But I was saying that I was saying that my trading has really improved a lot in the last 6 months, 6 months to a year by
What-
just doing the imbalances and following the SMAs. Like
Yep.
with the imbalances, you can if you're watching the SPY and the QQQ, you can see the imbalances before they form or as they're forming. Not gonna say before they form, but as they're forming, and what they're gonna come back to, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And you put it all together, and then you can pretty much just win-win, right?
So you guys saying you're trying to see those imbalances more on the QQQ and SPY versus the actual ES and NQ? You
Well,
want
you
to see
see
them
them
there?
forming on the
Okay.
SPY
Yeah.
and QQQ. On the 5 minute SPY and QQQ, I'm not sure about anything lower than that. I don't look or anything higher than that, but I see them on the 5 minute, and then like say for instance this morning how it just took off, right? And then on the QQQ on the 5 minute, it took off, and but price came back down right around 9 o'clock, about an hour ago, and tapped right at the top of the SPY, I mean the QQQ leg up. Then, well, it came down, and the next leg was up. Prices came down and tapped that, and that's the
Okay.
imbalance filling. Let me take a
Yeah.
screenshot of it. So let me take a screenshot, post it in the chat, and that's the imbalance, right? Let me
Yep.
see here.
So something something that helps a lot is lining off the body of the imbalance. I know this is not a doji, but this is where the imbalance started from from this leg right here, right? So here's an imbalance right here. There's an area right here where there's no price action. So you have to be able to read it when it comes into that level. You have to be able to read, okay, what's going to happen at this area? What does this look like? Well, there's a huge indecision doji right here, right? If you look at volume profile, I'm sure there's a big bar sticking out right here or a big shelf. If you use volume profile. Um, but there's an imbalance or a fair value gap right here. So there's a huge area where there's nothing, no action. So usually the way that I process this is the body of this green doji is where the price was accepted and it just skyrocketed. So that level, which lines up with the body of this one, would be a strong level for you to get in. Usually the picture perfect would be a doji like this with the body with no wick. Those are even stronger magnets. Um, so that gives you a level where you could tap in, and this is 30 minutes. So this wick, I don't know. Let me see.
That wick right there was part of a doji.
267. That's 30 points right there. That's
Yeah,
500 bucks
that
on NQ.
that right there, that line right there was the top of a doji. That line you got, the yellow line,
Yep.
that's the body of a doji, but the wick is the low of a doji. Let me see what that was. The wick of a doji on the 15 minute. Let me see. Go back to it.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, that's the wick high of a doji on the 15 minute from going backwards. That yeah, right there.
Yep.
That's the high of a doji. And I've been noticing that, and I've been marking when I see a doji on the higher time frame, like 15 minute. I mark it,
Yep.
and it's been like pinpoint.
Yes, sir. That's what that I was saying in the chat is that the dojis help you like with pinpoint accuracy. I mean, sometimes it'll shy my level. I've this morning I was posting a couple times, and that's another tip that I use to take my level off or my fishing order off. And like if I had a fishing order out like right here, one tick above here, and it shied me, then I would take it off and then see what price action gives me to get in for a short back down or a rejection
Right.
if I see an imbalance or a gap. Um,
Like
I do
this
that. I do
morning.
this same thing in my system too as well. If it shies that specific area that it typically hits to the penny, then I remove my fishing order because I'm like, we're getting faked out here. I don't want to
yep,
get ripped on.
yep.
So
Yeah, I got shy so hard this morning, and then it just blasted right through it. Right, but then it did come down and turn around. Right,
Yep.
so it's like you got to be careful. Like, let me see where it was at 6 a.m. No, it was at 5:30 a.m. It shied me. Right,
On
on
what,
the
the
on
5 minute?
the 30 minute, and for 30 minute. But then it came back up the next hour and blew right through my level. Right? Let's see that down red, then green. Let me see.
Yeah, right
It
here.
was
These two.
at 5:30 a.m. this morning. No,
Let's
5:30
see.
a.m. yesterday morning. I'm on the wrong chart. 5:30 a.m. yesterday morning, but it also did it today. Yeah. Let's do 6:30 a.m. That was an example too. At 6:30 a.m. today, it did the same thing. See
6:30
how
today.
you see how
Right
it
here.
came down? Yeah. See how it came down for that imbalance to the left?
Oh yeah,
That
right
panel
here.
there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
To feel that imbalance, but it blew right through it with
Oh,
the
this
red.
one, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
And
one thing you can get issues with
that's
if
why
you
the
don't have
five
your stops
minute
in place.
that or the 5 minute will help you answer that question of whether to have that fishing order out there. Because if you look at let's look at the 15 minute. Shoot. Hold on one sec. I'm just gonna mark off this doji. Because you had that one marked off, huh?
Yeah.
Boom, boom. So let's go to the 15. Yep. And this is what I mean. This is a perfect example why you wouldn't get in on the 15 minute because it's gonna stop you out and take you out.
Right.
Is this? Watch. Hold on, let me extend this. Remember what I said at Papa Rocks? That I don't like to see a lower high or a higher low going into my level.
yeah,
This is why right here. Look, you see it right here.
yeah,
You see it right here.
okay.
Just explain. Grab that center dot and drag your box over.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how you
Hold
extend it.
on. I just do a couple days.
Hey, Sumper, did you get a chance to send that stuff over to me in a
Oh no, hold
chat?
on one sec. Yeah,
Yeah, no
thanks for
worries.
reminding me.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to roll out here for a meeting here in a second for work, but I just
Yep.
wanted to jump in and see what you guys are up to and
Yeah,
see
for
what
sure,
this
man.
see what
This will
this
be posted
imbalance
on.
talk is about. You know?
Well, I'll post it on YouTube, so you can jump on there and catch the rest of it.
Yeah,
But
that sounds good too.
thanks for stopping by.
Yep. See you guys.
Later, bud.
Cool.
So going back here is so I
Now,
got
usually
the
what I would do
15.
would have
Would you
my
mark it off on the 15 too, or no?
yeah, I can show it.
So
You see, if I have it
you would
marked.
shrink it down to here.
Yeah. Yep. From the
Perfect.
15, I would shrink it down to right that just like that,
Yep.
and then I'll wait for it to come down to it. But
Okay,
if price is moving fast, it'll blow right through it.
that or wait for it to hit and then get in.
Right.
Um, so this right here, this right here, see how it shied the 100 EMA? It shied the
Yeah.
100 EMA and it shied my imbalance. See right here, there's a little gap.
Yep.
So that signal right there alone would have told me that next time it comes coming down into that level is gonna blow through. And then it created a higher low, I mean a lower high going into my level. So that's where I would take a fishing order off because usually I would have it on. As soon as I seen this imbalance right here with no wick, no wick, that would have told me, okay, I'll mark it off. But if I see a higher low going into it, then I'm gonna take my fishing order off and then wait for that level to hit and then get in. So if we drop down to the 5 minute, this is where you're gonna see an entry to get in to go back up. Uh, please draw.
And
So
also,
right,
there's another one. Oh, are you done? Okay. Go ahead.
no, go for it. I
I
was
was
gonna
just
say
going to
just
point out another one.
what's up.
I was going to point out the one from the previous session. It's because it's kind of the same move. The previous session around 12:30 a.m. It came down. Let me see here.
12:30 a.m.
See, 12:30 a.m. How it created.
Or
What
you
day
show
was
your
this?
screen. You show your screen.
Yeah, I'll show you my screen. So I got a lot of stuff going on over here. 1 second.
What's up, Whiplash? What's up, boss? Curious. Thanks for stopping by.
All right, you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right, so this is pretty much how I plot my stuff. There's a lot going on, a little bit. But usually in the mornings, what I do is I mark out, starting with 60 minute here. Then I just draw my dojis. It's a little, I had to clean it up a little bit. But I will start here on the 1 hour. And of course, this is the imbalance that's been here for like 2 days now. This guy here. Right?
Yep.
From June 9th. And it's the one me and Phantom was talking about. And I'm not sure if you guys can see these gray squares, these little bitty ones. Those are imbalances that have already been filled, right?
Yep.
And supply and balance have been filled. But I marked my dojis, and it's the one from June 11th I was talking about. How it just comes down and blows right through it, right?
Where at?
I'm trying to stand my chart out. This green one here, this green doji.
Where right
So,
here?
yeah, up here.
This one, right?
No, the one to the left. I'm so right. Sorry,
This
this
one?
one here.
Oh yeah, what? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, and that is my 1 hour doji,
Right to the
and
body.
right to the body. See this one here? It came down here. Yeah, it tapped it, and that was a good buy up. But then it came and shot right back down. You know,
Can
so
you
it
stretch it
bought
out a
up
little bit right there so I could see the wick?
like this.
No, the other way, horizontally.
Oh, this way or more? Okay, this is the wick here.
Because I see the bottom of this wick. I wanted to see if this wick and this wick are lined up. I
Oh,
can't
okay.
see.
Is that better?
No, you're good. Yeah, you're good. I can see them now. Yeah, but I that's a great example of playing the dojis as over under levels where it hit your level. Plus, it was a small little imbalance too, right there too. Right here.
All right.
But I always put me personally. I don't really use those, and that's why maybe I'll go back to them. But usually, what I do is I just mark a line on the top of the body if it's coming into it, right? And then I do the bottom of the body right here if it's coming down from underneath it. Um, but yeah, using the zones because usually, typically, what happens and what's a tip that you want to pay attention to is when it comes down into the wick of the imbalance. Sometimes it'll hit the wick and just take off, but most of the time it'll hit the body of a doji, especially if it's a doji like this where there's a equivalent wick on both sides. The candle that's next to that candle will tell you what kind of reaction we're gonna have when it comes back to that level. And that's why I don't really want you guys to get in the habit of doing the bottoms. If you get something like this in the middle where there's a big candle next to it, that's your first level.
Yeah, that's the first
That's
one.
you can't expect it to go all the way down here. You got to take it and see it like a microscope, right? Lock in right here. That's going to be a big shelf. If you use volume profile, that's probably a big shelf. If you use the fibs from here to here, that's a 100, right? If you were to fib it, that's probably the 127, 161, and then we have 261. So it probably did that, came back, and then blasted through.
Yeah.
So that's three systems right there that line up.
Yeah.
But you have to take it in levels, and those levels are your dojis. Always use your dojis as over under levels.
Let me see if I can have another example to show you guys. See here. Let's move this back out. And on the 15-minute. So this is the 15-minute here. It's a little cleaner than a 1 hour because it's not condensed. But all these, see, as you see, all my levels, all my charts got different colors on them because that's what
Yep.
the corresponding dojis for, right? And the
Oh, yeah,
corresponding
for the minute
highlight.
or the 5 minute or the
Yeah.
1 hour. Yeah, yeah.
Right. So this is the 15-minute from today, right? And this is the doji from, see here, from, this is the doji from the 1 hour. Let me see, I don't know, remember what day this is from. But as you see, it came down to the doji high and doji low, which is March on the other chart. And
Yep.
of course, it comes down right down into the previous 1 hour doji that had resistance here. And that's where it took off from today. So this is the play I was trying to get into. I wanted it in early here, but I knew that if I got in here, I was gonna have some issues because it's gonna come down. It shied me here, right?
Yep.
I went down here and it just bought up, and that was almost $300, right?
Yeah.
That would have blown my my funded account. So I was like, nah, just wait. But it came down and tagged me in here at the bottom of the doji, which is $61 away, but taking a $300 hit, $3,000 hit before it came back down, tagged me in, would have been brutal. And of
Yeah.
course, I didn't take this all the way back up. I got out halfway up. That's, and that was within like what, 5 minutes. So you can take some quick hits, but it came all the way up. Just so you can see it's grayed out. But this is a 15-minute supply.
Yep.
So 15-minute supply on the way down, which is right up, and it came back to another doji. So pretty much doji to doji to doji.
Yep. And then the imbalance, because you'll see them fill.
Yeah.
And then how that imbalance feels, that's something that you guys got to pay attention to, is how that imbalance is filled. Like today is a great example where I showed screenshots of you guys where it shied my level and then it stayed glued to the level. Like it wouldn't hit my imbalance fill. It was just hovering right below it. Well, usually what you want to see is obviously hit your level and reject, or hit your level and bounce immediately. Brandon always says you want speed, speed, speed. When it hits that level and it's a first time tag and you got that huge candle to the left, you're you should get a fast move. If you don't see that move and it shies your level and then it just stays glued right there to your level, that's like it's building pressure like a tea kettle. It's just gonna blast right through. Uh, so you just want to pay
Yeah.
attention. That's something that I tell you guys. Pay attention how the candle hits your level or it shies your level. If it shies your level, be careful. If it has a higher low going into your level and you're thinking about getting in short, be careful. If it's creating a lower high into your level and you're trying to go short, be careful. Uh, yeah.
I'm showing it right here. This is the 5 minute. So this is the 5 minute broken down. Where see today we had after the open, an hour after the open, we had a supply level come down, tap the doji, go into the imbalance, and right back out.
See right here, this candle right here with no wick.
Yeah.
That would have told you right there. Right?
Then it just stair stepped up to the next one.
Because this is a wick, right?
Yeah.
This is a wick. Can you get a little bit closer?
Yeah. 1 second. Let me zoom in. Is that better?
Yep. Yeah, see, because all this imbalance right here is filled. Here's the imbalance. Right? That's where the imbalance starts, all the way up to here. And you say, why? Why is that imbalance not? Why is this not an imbalance? It's a doji with that, right? But there's a wick right here. So this imbalance right here was already filled. Now you can hit this one. Next time it comes through here, it might go all the way down to here. Oops. But just like I said, big candle at the imbalance with no wick, almost no wick. And then this one creates an imbalance. Now this is an imbalance or wherever that wick is. And that's that box. And then look, boom. This time right here, it hits the wick and goes.
And one thing I've been noticing, these look like small moves, but these are fucking huge moves.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, these are
What?
15 minutes, so one little wick
Yeah.
can be 25 or 50 points. That's $1,000.
Right. Like this is the move from down to the 94, not 29.4, all the way up to 29.7 almost, 29.65. So let's say just measure this out. If you get in, say if I have something like this, a demand zone and a doji, I'm going to wait for the doji, right? And then from here to the next doji, that's 333, 36, right? That's a $3,000 move on NQ. So that's a pretty good move. But I would have got out at the SMA, which is half of that. Just being king lock it in. So I probably would have got out right in this area here, because you would see if you're trading this, you would see it struggling right here, right? You'll see it struggling in this area to get over that, which it did eventually, but then it came down and then shot back up. So, is sometimes you have to know when to lock it in or just take profits. But if depending on what account I'm in, I would just put my stop. If I get in here, put my stop like right above my entry by about 25 points and let it ride. With Apex, you can't do that. With the other brokers, you can, right? With the account I have at Apex, with the trail and drawdown, I can't do it. But with the intraday drawdown account, I can put stop and profit and let it ride, right? And then you should be able to lock in your target without taking too much of an L.
Yep, that or you can rock a cash account. I always
Right.
recommend taking your payouts and dumping them into a cash account. You get rid of all the rules,
Yeah,
that
that's the plan, man.
drawdown, all that shit. Uh, you can start with you can start trading MNQ with $200 in your
Yep,
account.
yep. I have a cash account with Ninja Trader.
Uh,
I like playing with other people's money first.
yeah,
you know.
definitely. And get the lifetime license. So get your
Yep.
lifetime license so you can get low commissions because it's better than paying $4 or $6 per
Oh yeah.
fucking per trade. So that's almost $12 every trade that you're paying commissions if you're playing NQ.
Yeah, I get a lifetime license. I do a lot of coding. I used to use a lot of their built-in indicator services that are free,
Yep. Yep.
but you tend to once you start getting away from the bells and whistles and colors, you're golden. you know.
Exactly. Just keep it simple with whatever strategy. I use moving averages combined with the imbalance, combined with the fibs. Um, but yeah, whatever system is, learn how to read the dojis. The dojis tell you everything.
Yeah,
It's
for
just,
those who don't know, NinjaTrader does have a built-in doji indicator.
yep,
So, but it's not going to be perfect. It's going to get the perfect dojis for them that they like, with the long candles, long wicks, and small body. It's going to highlight a lot of those. But if you can spot a doji, you'll be fine. So it's a good tool to use to aid you in seeing. Like, let me see if I have it on one of my charts. Let's see here. Yeah. Yeah, here. All my doji highlighted in yellow for the 1 hour chart. So this is the doji. This is the doji up here. And, one over here. Ironically, it didn't count the double dojis, which is why it's not perfect, right? See, two dojis here, it didn't count. It counted one, but you know,
What
it's
is that the horizontal bars?
what's that?
Is that the green bars?
What do you mean?
Yeah, you said it's counting the doji. Where's the indicator that
Oh, it's the yellow. Let me see here. Make it bigger.
it's the yellow? Okay.
Yeah.
Why is it up there?
What do you mean?
What dojis is that doing? Oh, the
The what
yellow.
it,
Oh, I see. I see that yellow text. Okay, that's a cool
yeah.
one. That's cool.
Yeah.
Big,
For me, what I do is I make the text on my chart yellow for the 15 minute. And when I get a 15-minute doji, I highlight it in yellow. So this is a doji here on the 15-minute
Yeah.
chart. And I'll highlight it in yellow if it's important. If we get a bunch of dojis together like this, I won't highlight it.
Yeah.
But we conveniently this doji opened up within inside of another doji over here, so I didn't mark it. It's for another time frame.
Hey,
But
Okay.
hey, Black Ops. Sometimes dojis can help in the future.
yeah,
I know you say that you don't mark them off when they're all together, like right here.
yeah,
But usually, what I do is I'll take the average. Like, let's say I would put a line right through the middle of all those,
uh-huh.
and that'll gonna tell you where potentially, if you're using the fib system, you probably have a fib from there to there.
Right.
Um, and that's gonna tell you if it's gonna bounce there in the future too.
Yeah, I don't always do it. I'm gonna take it into consideration. Might just have to draw a line on my chart because I don't want to create because these dojis I have now, I may end up taking those off because they're going to be
Yep.
eventually you're going to have so much shit on your chart you can't even see.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
It's not clear. It confuses
So
you.
I'm going to just draw a line there and just have it save my history
Yep.
because I got to take some. This is all from this week, all these fucking lines from this week. But I see they all played out, right? So what I'm going to do is draw lines on my chart and leave it in history and clear off these dojis and start fresh every week. Of course, if it's a strong doji, I'm gonna leave it on chart.
Yep.
But you know, like for instance, this thick one here, this thick green one here, and this thick one here. We played off these two dojis for the most part all morning and all week, and even this one here, right? So
Yep.
we shied the one up here, but the ones down here we played we played all in between, like
Do
doji to doji
do,
to doji.
do you chart off the weekly and the daily and all that, or you just do the 1 hour or 4 hour?
No, 1 hour. I used to do daily, but I didn't want too much on my chart. I'm trying to do clean,
Yeah.
and I just watch the daily high lows on the QQQ and the SPY because those are on another screen, so next to this one, and I just look at that for the highs and lows
Yeah.
because I don't want. Go ahead.
The cues. Love them.
Yeah, because I don't want to get too much stuff on my chart. I try to keep it clean.
It's a balance.
Yeah. I watch people have bells and whistles on the chart, and
Yeah.
they take L after fucking L.
Yep. It's really the analysis paralysis plus the
Right.
it's definitely is finding a balance. Like I like having the 15-minute as well. Sometimes you're looking at a chart and it's like, oh, this looks like continuation on the 5 minute, but then you look at the 15 minute and it's like a full beautiful body green hammer off of some, something, some level you might have or something like that. And it's like, oh, if I wasn't looking at the 15 minute, I'd have no idea until it started continuing. I mean, maybe you'd have an
Right.
idea, right? It depends
Right,
on
and that's what
what you look
Semper
at.
broke down to someone a few months ago about breaking down from the daily to 4 hour down that far. But whenever I went so far into the daily and weekly, I started analyzing down too much. I've been seeing yes, they play out, but then I started doing too much on my chart. Right.
Yeah, when it comes to the daily and the weekly, for me, I think about it as a bias. So like on the daily, actually, I've got these 3.5 standard deviation Keltners, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like if I look at it over the last few years, when it hits them, they usually either they usually have a consistent either reject, or if they start getting above them, they can have small green candles over and over again. So it's kind of like when it comes to that point, I'm looking, I'm thinking over the next 5 days, I think we'll have these candles, and then try to make, because you're definitely right. It's pretty hard when you're thinking about some daily analysis and you're like, oh, I'm waiting for the big red day, and then each day you're just looking for it again. Yeah,
Right.
you start seeing, sometimes I start seeing too much.
Yeah, because he mentioned it a few months ago, and I marked it as like this is right, this was up. But if I would took a short, I would have short the MNQ
Yeah.
at the top. I would have hit the top, but the next day, it ran up 200 more points before it starts dumping. It started
Right.
dumping. Now
And
I
what's
can
the
help.
top?
I can hold that in my cash account, but I wouldn't be
Yeah.
able to hold that in the proper accounts, right?
Yeah.
Let me see.
It's a funny thing about trading. I know a guy I know that's it's pretty connected with the industry says that these hedge funds and stuff, they'll hold 300, 400 points against them
Yeah.
and add and stuff like that. But then a lot of professional traders like George Soros, who people say that he's like not so legit now. I don't know, but a lot of them say
The top is about
that
38.12.
they you should have an asymmetric payout. So you shouldn't be risking a lot. You should be risking very little and go for like the 10R and stuff like that. So it's like I think I don't know. I guess they both work. I guess.
Like 38.12, like is the top, right? But yeah.
Yeah.
But say for instance you're running all the way down here. That's a $5,000 play on M&Q itself.
True.
So. But yeah, man. It's a not an easy game, but
No, it's
it's
the
fun.
hardest thing. I actually over the last 6 months I was so I got laid off and I got some the PTO payout, severance, shit like that. And I was like, all right, I got 6 months. I'm gonna try to make this work as my main income. But I really, it's kind of like it's such a hard game. After 6 months, I was like, okay, my routine has gone to shit. It's because I don't have to wake up for work. I'm
Right.
like getting up. Uh, I'm getting up, and if I take a trade at 7 and it's green, I'm just done for the day. And then I should be like working out, meditating, reading, but I'm just like playing video games, sometimes drinking. And so I've been making some money, but at this point now picking up a job just to get the routine because I feel like not just to get the routine, obviously, but because I feel like it's so hard because it's really your mind.
Right.
It's
Like
really your mental.
one thing I've done every day is even though I don't want to do it, I'll get up at, say for instance, my time, 3 a.m. and start plotting my chart, seeing what I got going, right? And then I may make a trade, maybe by 4 a.m.
Right.
and if even that, right?
So you're up that early trading. Is this a before work thing?
Yeah.
Okay, very cool, very
And
cool. Because I
usually,
was actually thinking I need to do some of that.
before the bell, I'll be done.
That's the best.
Usually.
That's the best,
Yep,
especially if you live in the West Coast. We're done by 6:30, 7:30. We're already done. I'm usually
yep.
done by 5:30 after data or whatever. But yeah, trying to wake up. You guys should be able to. Fucking 9 o'clock over there
Yeah.
when
So
the
the
market
problem that I
opens.
have, if the problem is, so it's kind of funny. I ran into different problems while I was trading with a job and without a job. But a problem that I have is when I'm trying to get it done before going to work is some days you don't get that. Some days you don't, and you have to kind of, it's like accepting you have to kind of accept that while also not giving up the chance for it. I don't know. I have a hard time sitting there and doing nothing for an hour or two. That's definitely a weakness. Something that actually Patrick
Yeah.
was like, you should try that. Sit there for a whole session and do nothing.
Now
Well,
it's like for me, it's like I found sometimes when I don't get a trade, I end up trying to find a trade, right?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that's where discipline comes in. At you FOMO into a trade, and now you're chasing an entry.
Yeah.
find your
So
window. Find your
yeah,
window. Everybody
yeah,
has a window. Everybody has a different speed that they like, right? As a beginner, I definitely don't recommend the opening. You're gonna get FOMO. You're gonna get faked out. Wait, wait 30 minutes if you're a beginner. wait at least 30 minutes or an hour, and then it'll start to slow down, and then you'll get in, right? If you're an ultimate beginner, I recommend after hours, right after it opens. It's super slow, and you can see the candles develop. As you get more experience in screen time, you're gonna see these levels and these candles develop. And when the candle hits your level at super slow-mo speed after hours, you're gonna get to get the best experience as okay, this is super slow, I hit it, I see it shine my level first. It's like you're getting a super microscopic look into your trade. And when it shines a level, be cautious. If it hits your level, those are the type of trades that you like. You like for them to have speed behind your move. So when it hits your level, you want to see, and you entered and you had a fishing order out, you want to see it move fast in your favor. Especially if your level's marked off a longer time frame. We asked the question as whether you chart the daily or the weekly. That's totally up to you. But I recommend that you look like I chart off my weekly just so I could get a feel of what we might get for the week, and then I
Yep.
break it down. So it's putting up your guardrails. So if we go to the weekly,
So you're marking the weekly high low. You doing? What you're doing?
I look for dojis. I'm not
Oh,
doing
okay.
like everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm just marking off the
Yeah.
imbalance from the weekly because that'll give me the feel for the week. And there's a
Yeah.
lot
That
of
was my
dojis right
my
here.
deal. That's my deal. I was marking off the full candle body, and I would have lines all over my fucking chart
Yeah,
for the weekly.
yeah. So like right here, I probably right here you probably can't follow it other than marking off these dojis right here. I just go doji to doji because these dojis are gonna give you plays for the week. I mean for the
Right.
day. Um, but yeah, I just usually look for dojis or look for imbalances on the weekly, and then I break it down to the daily, see what we get there, because then that's gonna give you a better, like I said, over under levels. Your dojis are your over under levels. Right here, look, there's a doji holds above. We know we're gonna have continuation up. There's but as they start to get small, you know that it's teeter totter. Like right here, see strength right here. So if you were to fit that out, boom, gives us all the way to the 666.
Yeah. That's what I had measured out when I was talking about the top. But that next day it blew right through 666, but it faded the next 2 days. Right. Like if you measure the bottom candle, the bottom two candles right before the turnaround, around the 30th, it measures out 666.
Where? Right here?
Move your fib down lower to the first up candle. All right,
Like that?
and now move your 100% candle fib down to the top, and it should measure out around 666 if you have it on.
Uh, can't
I don't
see.
think you have it on. I don't think you have
Yeah,
it
it's
on.
right here. It
Yeah.
measures out right here.
Move it up one more candle to the second upper candle.
This one.
Yeah. So it's in that zone. Oh, it's blue.
Mine's up here. A little
Yeah.
off. Maybe mine's look. Are you talking about the daily?
Yeah.
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 I'm pretty sure that's
I don't. I
666.
don't.
I don't know,
Yeah.
colorblind.
I don't have mine marked anymore, but it measured damn near perfect.
Oops. Yeah, so that gives you the guardrails for the day.
Yeah.
Like the dojis right here, the daily.
Yeah.
Boom, if you see
Yeah.
this
That's a
big ass
good.
candle.
Right. That's what it does. Doji. Yeah. I gotta put
So
this back
that
on my chart.
so that doji right there, I mean, for the day
You
you're
can't.
gonna be up here, right? And then you're like, oh shit. You know that when it comes near this level, we should get a good reaction, and we did. We got a wick. I mean, I'm sure that's
Oh
two or
yeah.
300 points, 750. Yeah, that's
That'd be
like
a that'd
four or
be
five
a
hundred
good
points.
play to put in your cash account
500 points.
because you can
Yeah,
set that and
yeah.
forget it.
Yep. And then be cautious when it hits it. Boom. Because usually when it hits it, then you pay attention to the body.
How big
Closes
is that?
below you. That's
How
a
big
big
is the
wick.
doji?
This doji?
Yeah. I mean, how big is the body? The body.
Hold on. $660.
Oh, 20 points. Wow.
Yeah, 20-point body. That's not bad.
It's not bad. That's something. That's worth holding.
500
You know.
bucks. $500 if you could take that. Especially when it
But the,
hits it, or if it shines
yeah,
it.
but the return is brutal. Going back up, that's easy money.
Because let's see. Or, whoops. Rectangle. Rectangle. Let's go. Where's that rectangle at? Shoot. I think it's only 30 days. Uh, days back. We go back that far? Shit. It was almost 30 days ago, right? That's a daily. 512. Yep, 612. Fucking 5 days ago. Did it again. What the fuck? You know how to fix that, Black Ops?
Yeah,
Gotta
you got a little
see.
more days.
No, no, but you see how I changed I changed blah, blah, blah. Never mind. I just fixed it.
Oh, you reset
Hopefully.
it.
Yeah, no, because I would change charts. I would go to the daily, and then it would
Mhm.
reset this back to 5.
Yeah, I just open new tabs from all my stuff at the bottom
Yeah, that's what usually I do, but the
because I
demo
got
is kind
tired
of
of
hard.
it doing all that. I think it's told
Boom.
you right there, right?
Yeah, this is a doji right here, the daily doji. So that daily doji right there on the 60-minute would have gave me this imbalance right here. Uh, right there. See what I mean with no wicks? Comes back, no lower high, perfect. Come down. Don't get scared of these candles coming into your level, because that's the speed you want to see going into your level. You see the speed coming down, hit your level, and then you got to do the risk tolerance, because usually your stop. So this is from the daily. Let's do a different one. Let's do a different color. I would have had that marked off.
Yeah, I for sure have to start going back and doing that. Yeah, those are easy plays you're missing,
Boom.
right?
Yeah, because you see that. So now you know, hey, when it comes back into this level, we're gonna have a good reaction. What type of reaction? Usually the stop would be break below this imbalance. Um,
And it even came down to those candles, that imbalance right there,
yep,
the imbalance within the imbalance.
yep,
So it came down and tapped right at that wick, the bottom of that body, right into the wick. That'd have been a good
yep,
entry right there, because
yep.
it blew. Because we doing imbalance, if it blows through the imbalance, it's gonna come back through it, right?
Yep,
So it's gonna come back up. So that's pretty much stopping everyone else out that's trying to buy there by blowing right
exactly.
through it a little bit. So you blow through it a little bit, and then you get those stop orders and go right back up. So That's a good play. I gotta take into consideration.
It's just a
You know,
different
do
style,
yeah,
something to
yeah,
consider.
yeah. Add a little bit more to my style. You know.
Because that's almost 100 points, that wick. That wick's 100 points. So let's see what the 30 minute gives us. Come on. 30 days. Where'd it go? Uh,
It's the same one. It's the same.
you
It is.
could
You have more detail. You have more detail in it now. So
right there. Boom.
yeah.
So
So
that
you
narrows
got
down
in
here. Let's
there. Yeah.
now let's go to 15. Let's go like this. Boom, look at this. To the body of the doji. Like I said, you could do the whole zone, but pay attention when it hits that zone, the wick. It slows down. And if it comes and hits that body, you get the fuck in. Look at almost bottom ticking. Almost bottom ticking. And then you can withhold that stop, right? You can tolerate, you should be able to tolerate that stop. So you do
Yeah.
it
From seeing this happen
to
multiple
the top
times,
of the
I already
body. Top of the body. Go ahead.
like.
Sorry.
I already know what's going to happen with this. We've seen this multiple times, and if you're watching the charts in the morning, you'll see what it's going to do here. It's going to stab down, then stab down again, and then stab down again, right? And then start reversing. We've seen this play happen multiple times and knock people out.
That's 15 points.
Yeah,
15 points stop. And
yeah,
your stop would be down here. So that's just that wick that you took, right? Your stop would be right here. And you would enter there to down here. That is how much? 89. That's 30 points. That's
right.
$600. I don't know if you could take that, but that's how you would calculate your risk.
Depending on the account size, like
Yep,
I would take that
exactly.
risk. I would take that risk most definitely in M and Q.
Oh, hold
And
on.
in an NQ, what I would do, I would have waited until it retested that doji that you have highlighted in yellow.
Yep, that would be your over under. It holds above,
Right.
take it up. Take it up. But
Because we've
you
seen
got to
that
see
play
that
plenty of
speed
times.
coming back. You got to see
Right.
that speed coming back up. You want to see get sucked right back up. If you don't, if it stays stuck below this level, be careful because it could lower high and then go down. And it's going to fake you out.
All right. And that has happened a lot.
Yep.
All right. Where it stabs down, brings you up, and stabs back down again, and then reverses on you.
And remember, this came from the daily level, so we should get some speed. The only thing that you got to be cautious of is this lower high right here. Oops. This lower high right here. Just remember, I like for it to come down and no lower highs. Just hit it and go.
Hit it.
But this is where experience comes into play, right? A lower high versus a daily level. Either way, we're going to have a good reaction because we've seen it from the daily level. All the way from a weekly level, right? Started on a weekly, came down, we refined it down to the 15 minute. And then that's where you would stay. If you go down to the 5 minute, I'm sure it would give us an imbalance that we could follow. Because remember, we do our TA on the longer time frames, and then we enter on the lower time frames. So let's see what the 5 minute gives us. It filled that imbalance. That'd be iffy. There is an imbalance right here. Oops. Mm. So these are your over under levels. If so, you do your TA on the 5 minute, and you see these dojis right here. This doji and this doji right here. This little small doji. That's your over under level. We close below that candle, we're probably going down right here when it hits. Does anybody have questions? I'm just blabbing. Could throw them in the Zoom chat if you have a question.
Yeah, or show you somebody show your trades or charts or something, because you know I've been blabbing away showing my stuff. I don't want
Yes,
to
Yeah,
be
I'd be
sir.
happy to
confusing
share
you
a trade in
guys.
a minute.
I don't want to confuse you guys on my style, because I do a lot. you know.
Yes, sir. Well,
I'm always open to new ideas. That's why I'm in the supply and demand. I was circling the wagons for a minute, but I got it.
but it helps, right? Do you
Yeah,
agree that it helps with any strategy? Because it seems like you use a little bit of moving average and
yeah,
fibs.
yeah,
It helps it when it aligns. That level is even that much stronger. That's why I don't hate on anybody's strategy. I just want to learn their strategy, so it gives me a better introspective into price action and just seeing it from a different point of view.
yeah. Because no matter what people say, trading can be a lonely sport, right? If you don't really have, you can't ask anyone questions. So my first years trading, I was doing this by myself every day for a while, right? And then going on YouTube looking at strategies and trying to figure them out, and not paying someone for their strategy, right? Like for instance, there's people you teach me how to do stuff, and they don't have any free stuff,
Yep.
right? Like I'm gonna pay you without knowing what you're doing, and then I get in and I don't know how to do it. So and I found branding online, and so, oh shit, it's giving out free stuff, so why not give it a shot, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So if someone's willing to teach you a little bit, hey, why not give them a little bit for a little bit of payback for kicking off some knowledge?
So this is one of my morning trades. Um, how I bottom tick this. I had my ATM strategy. I had a 50 tick ATM strategy, which is only 12 and a half points up.
I
So I
like
got
it.
in. I got in and got out. I didn't. I wanted to write it because I seen this imbalance right here. I seen this
So
this
How
little
do I
this little
zoom in?
shit.
Is
You
this
mean?
is this is this oh okay, I zoomed out on my zoom. Yeah, I can see it.
oh,
See, so
Uh
it's
that's what
literally
you're
right
talking
here. Got it
about.
right here, and that's
Yeah,
what
you got in and got
you
out.
see a little. You see the little gap right here. I wanted to write it back up at least to right here.
Yeah, I would have been taking some damage on that one. I would have held that one. you know, because
Remember we were talking about it. You said you went in short, and
yeah,
and you were getting out.
yeah,
This is why right here. There's a little. That gap opened and closed right away. And this is where I'm saying you guys got to see how these candles develop because that's a gap. It opened up in a
right.
gap and it closed immediately right here. So you know the body of that level left the orders open. And look at where I entered right there at the bottom of the fucking tick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
I got
have.
out a little bit fucking too fast, but that was because of the
Yeah,
stupid strategy.
yeah. The ATM strategies, they help and they can also hurt, right?
Yep.
They
Especially
help
if
when
it's
you're
moving
not at the
super quick.
charts. They help when you're not at the chart. They can get you in and put a stop in place. But when it's whipping and you get put into profit, they'll stop you out. That happened a few times to me, right?
Yep.
So what I would have done was taken a little drawdown damage to wait till we get into profit like $200 and then put my price in,
Yep.
my stop in. But still, it would have depending on how fast price is moving. $200 will stop you out still.
And see, you just See, Toad, how you just follow the flow of the imbalance?
Yeah,
So you
I
feel
do.
that
Yeah.
imbalance, you see that imbalance, and now it hits your daily level. If you're in short up there, if you missed it or whatever, then
Yeah.
say you missed that trade. Okay, well I'm gonna ride this one up.
Yeah.
And this is kind of dangerous because this is a real fat indecision right here, so it slows down, and that's why you didn't get that fat breakout. But once it breaks above, see how it closed above right here? That's an indicator that it's gonna probably go up to the next imbalance or whatever, and then it comes back here. Now, this is the second time that it's tested that same imbalance. So you shouldn't expect for it to hold. It's just starting to build more pressure. So it can go either way. This is where I don't like it, where it's just slowing down and just holding at your level up here. This is a freaking toss up. And you would just use these dojis as your over under. You're just following
Okay.
the dojis. You're just following the doji. See this doji? Some may not call it a doji, but I do because that's some indecision. And pretty much a doji is an indecision candle.
Right.
It didn't have enough for up or down, like this doji, right? This doji right here is your over under level. And there was not really that big of an imbalance there. That imbalance got full. So you just, okay, the market's kind of efficient right here because there's no imbalance until like right here. See this? There's a small imbalance right here. Some call it fair value gap, but it is an imbalance whether you call it a fair value gap or an imbalance. It's like the inverse,
Yeah.
but it's the same. The concept is the same. Um, so there was a fair value gap that went to here, and then this way now it goes to here.
Right.
But me, like I say, I use a body of that candle that created the imbalance. Where is it at? I would use a body of that. And yeah, sometimes it shies my level, or sometimes it hits the wick and then goes.
Right.
So just because it's so little and it shied this imbalance fill, when it comes down to it, since it's creating lower highs, you got to be careful because it might smash through all the way down to here.
Okay.
You know, so you got to see like, can I tolerate this stop and what's my stop?
Yeah.
Here- And this is 5 minutes, so that's 6:23. That's 20 points if you get in right here at the wick. If you get in at the body, or if you get in at the wick, 37, 37. No, shit.
Like right now, we're having speed
That's
down,
60
but
points.
I'm seeing that doji right there about to have a little
Yep, right
rejection
here.
point.
This one, right here.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Watch when it hits this doji, how when price action gets to it. Let's get a closer look. If you start seeing a wick, we know we might see some pressure back up because it created this imbalance right here. Um, Now we got this imbalance, this doji right here. See how it has no wick? It's gonna magnet back up to it.
Yeah. Perfect. Perfect little shy bounce right there.
Yeah, and
20
this is
See?
part of
points.
their game. This is part of their game when they're taking people out because they know people are chasing that down, right?
Yep.
So they're stabbing it down, to shy, they bring it back up, and stab it back down, to shy again because you know people double tap. you
And
know,
that's a balance right there. You know, that's right here. Then we get a different color. Boom. Oh shit. Uh, boom. I didn't feel it. It shied it right here. Some would say it's a field because of the wick, which technically it is because it didn't move down here, right? But when I don't see price action next to the candle, I call it an imbalance. I don't know. I just pay attention to this level right here. I usually to the body of the doji, because that's where the indecision happened, and then a big move happened after. You don't want to see a big wick right here, but you could have taken this play right here.
I mean, yeah, this was
Boom.
clean right here.
See? Psh. And that move, that's what, 20 points? 51.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that move
20
also
points.
was the
Oh,
another doji, and yeah, and
I
the
remember.
10 SMA. I'm not sure if you guys go down to the 10 SMA, but
Yep,
that's right
it's my
there.
white
Yep.
line. It's my white line. So this is probably gonna boom, boom, boom. Or it can do this. And those are your plays. And just follow the imbalance. When it fills up here, watch how it reacts.
Yeah, the
That's your
imbalances make it so simple if you're not oversizing, right?
yep. And you're just watching the speed of the imbalance getting filled. Because look at this is 50% of that imbalance, and it's just slowing down right here.
Yeah, that's one of my main deals when I try to get a scalp. I go with 50% of the previous candle.
Yep.
That way you
Break
can
it
get
down in
quick ins and out.
50s.
Yeah,
Break it down in 50s. What I usually do is I'll break down 50% of the body
yeah,
and 50% of the wick. If it breaks below 50% of the wick, then it's most likely going to come down, right? Or something like that. But you're just breaking down the candle. Don't go to the 1 minute. I don't recommend it unless
no,
you're highly
no.
experienced. You're going to get faked out a lot if you're on the 1 minute. Try to get away from the 5 minute and always do your top down TA.
I gotta get back more towards the daily and the weekly. Haven't been marking that up,
Yep.
but I've been just strictly going from the 60 minute down. Like I take a glance at the 1 day, but usually using the QQQ and SPY.
Yep.
But other than that, it's been a 1 hour and down because I've been doing too much on my chart. I've been practicing trying to keep it mostly clean, but this week has had a lot of levels I need to clean up.
See, this left a little imbalance right here, so it shied it. So it might create a higher low off of here. Now it's gonna probably hit this imbalance and create a higher low off of it. So now it's way down here to the wick right here. So it's just shrinking. But remember the waves of three, right? So it's gonna go one, two. Is the third one gonna break? Because we got above the 50. We got above the 50 SMA. Look, we broke above the 50, which is this yellow dotted line, and never got a retest. We broke above the 100, never got a retest. Right? If you want to use a fib, you can use a fib. The golden pocket right here lines up with that imbalance right here. So now you're just predicting your three moves. What can happen? Right? We did the waves of three, right? One, two, and then Molly three. But should I expect it to go there? At some point. But you got other levels to worry about right here. The 50 SMA. And then you got that doji. Doji is your over under level. If we break below this doji and hold below, then your odds of it going to this level are higher. But if it comes down, hits that level, hits that doji support, the moving average support, so we're probably gonna go like this. or like this. And what's going to tell you that? The imbalance of the candles on the way down and the way up. Just watch the imbalance get created. It's got some strength. Let's go. Let's see. Try it again. Try it again. And then look at right here to the body of this. But then you go find it to the body of this. Boom.
You see, those are the plays I like when I'm scalping. The
Yep.
tapping and runs. Like before, I was really cracking down on trading. I'd be so mad trying to force us to go down by willpower, and it's not. That's the part why I stopped chasing. From that one reason right there, buying the low of the candle, and it just stabbing back up, pushing back up.
This is my trade from last night.
See, oh, juicy. All the way towards what is that, the 200 or the six?
Yeah, that's a 200, but that was an imbalance from a longer time frame.
Ah, yes.
So
Beautiful.
see the 15 minute, I broke it all the way down. I see it hit right here. Look at hit right here. And then you see the structure shift going down because it broke all this structure. Structure, break, lower high,
Yep.
lower high, lower high.
Yep. I mean,
And
you
then
wait.
So
Go ahead.
why
what's
why
that?
not why not wait for it to retap? Because you had some draw. You wasn't prompted. You had some drawdown for a little bit. Did you enter that automatically, or did you just manually push that in?
That one, let me see.
Because I try. Sometimes I try when I try to do like an entry like that. I'll wait. Oh, you did enough time frame. Okay.
I did it on a 15-minute time frame. Oops, shit. Let's move all these fucking drawings.
Because I'll say 15-minute time frame. Yeah, that looks better than a 15-minute
Go
time
ahead
frame. Because
off.
on the hourly, it looked like he had some drawdown if it was an hour chart before.
I
But
took a little
on the
bit of
15
drawdown
minute,
right here, but I was knocked the fuck out.
yeah, that was clean.
You were asleep, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is at 8:30 last night. I was at my boys' practice. I got in. 'Cause I seen a structure break right here.
Okay.
Then a lower high created. So now we got
Yep.
momentum, right? My first thought was right here.
That would have been my target. That definitely would have been my target right there.
But then I was like, oh shit, we got an imbalance right here. Let me try it here.
Yeah, what I notice sometimes also is that if there's a stacked imbalance, it may run to the second one. It might blow right through the first one, have a little bit of hesitation, and go to the second one.
Oh
But
shoot.
still, my liking, I would have took the first one still.
JFX talks about that. He's like, if you see two imbalances, the market will. He says the market will usually go down to the second one. I think.
Yeah. But I just like trying to
All right.
guarantee the funds so I get the count large. Then I can do the whole hold them if you got them, you know.
Yeah.
Ah, remove all drawings. Yes. Sorry, guys. I'm having mouse problems. Um, Finally, shit. Sure. 30 minutes. Yeah, I had that imbalance right there. So that was my target right there. So, because we had this huge imbalance. And look at what happened. I could have reversed, but I was asleep at 1 a.m.
Hmm. I think these are clean. I see you're waiting now. Is this because it's the after hours that you're waiting for multiple touches and such to get the final leg down, like during because I haven't actually seen a lot of you're always teaching, but I haven't seen a lot of your individual ones during the New York session. Are you more likely to take the first one and then just on the first tag and just take a
Yeah, the
scalp?
first yeah, the first tag is the strongest. Um, but I don't know if you caught it earlier. If I get a lower high going into my level, I remove the order, the fishing order,
Right.
and then I wait for it to hit, and then I make a decision whether it tags or not.
Okay.
And sometimes those decisions can only be made from the screen time you get from seeing your level get hit.
For sure.
Um, I have my own strat. Like I said, I don't like lower highs. I like for it to come back immediately and hit it. Like over here would have been ideal. Right here. I see my level here. I wanted it to come back, hit right there, and then continue going. That'll give me uh, an idea that it has more strength up, right? But then you start seeing small candles like this, and you see your moving average or another level that you might have up here get hit, then you might want to think about getting out because I think this was right here where he rejected. That was 1 hour coming down from the 1 hour going down to the 15-minute body. Or I think it was a 5 minute, right? Right, Black Ops. We talked about it in the beginning of the meeting
Right.
where it hits your level, but then you look at for an imbalance because right here the market's kind of efficient. So that's where you gotta always zoom out and see what's to the left, right? So we got this huge imbalance down here. We got a little bit right here, this triple right there, triple candles, and then that's to the bottom side. That's for your long plays. For your short plays, you gotta go to the bigger time frame, which is right here. That I like to use the body. You can use the doji, the whole the whole doji. Boom. And it tags it. The first time it tags, it always best move. See the first tag right there? You got a nice little move right there. And this, if we go back to the longer time frames, it'll show 30-minute now. Oops, where we go? Figure refine it a little bit. And then that doji right there. See that 30-minute doji right there, that indecision? Let's stretch it out so you can nail it down. There you go. That's fucking. Get rid of that fat circle in the middle. Boom, to the T. Look at that. So you can play the zone, you can play the body, but find one style or just start noticing the differences. Because remember the 30-minute hit right here. The 30-minute hit right here where this one hit, right there. That was a 30-minute. Look at that. And these are scalps. And then you're trading the imbalance, right? So that created an imbalance on the way down. Look, it fills it right away. That's what you like to see right away. To continue short, to continue to the next imbalance short. So it fills the imbalance, and now you're looking for this imbalance to get hit. And that's what I see last night. Came out, hit that imbalance right there. So it filled that, created a lower high, broke this structure right here. Well, this is the 30 minutes. So this structure, two candles is structure if you break it down to the 15 or the 1 minute. And then I got in right here on this doji to write it down to there. And I don't recommend taking overnight trades while you sleep until you get experience.
You know, if I take them in a good state of mind, I feel like they're any other trade, except the problem is I can't sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll wake up a couple times throughout the night. Last night I woke up at 3 and I was like, oh, cool. Shoot. Already
Yep,
made money.
yep.
You just gotta
Already
put the
made
stop in
money.
place and walk away, man.
See, for sure. So,
But you still won't sleep. Be honest with you, you still won't get
yeah,
sleep.
I had two different ones. One of them was a win and one was a loss. And I went and on the loss, I actually couldn't sleep. And then I woke up and saw that it was a loss and then actually just slept till the morning. Like
Oh,
I didn't
shoot.
even care that it was a loss. It's
That's
just I just
well,
didn't want to, I don't know, think about it, my subconscious.
well, that's the type of attitude you should have is have a goldfish mind or a dory mind, right? Forget about it right away.
Yep.
Because once you dwell on that trade, now I'm not saying don't take notes, don't journal. I'm not saying that. You should journal and you should review
Right,
the
right.
trade, but definitely have a short-term memory because you don't want to dwell on trades, especially if you have that depressive attitude. Uh, it's just gonna put you on tilt and you're just gonna blow your account.
And
Yep.
and especially for trades that you missed that you were right on. That's also one thing because that's gonna make you start caring. Not well, they gonna also make you getting careless, start getting you careless with your trades. Like say for instance, you missed it by 1 tick. Then you can you start front running your trades, and you're just adding into the drawdown, right?
Into the risk. Yep.
Yeah.
So you don't want to, if it hits your level, get in, make up your mind. And like I said, measure your risk. My risk is simple. This is the way that I measure it. Uh, so let's say this imbalance right here, right? I know if I get in right here, I've missed some trades. I said it most of the time. Sometimes it hits a wick and runs, and it did right here, almost, right? Right here, almost. Sometimes you're like, okay, that's a cool, nice little shy. What do I always say? When it shies the level, it's gonna bust through that level and potentially go back up, depending if there's any other stuff. Like I would pay attention to that doji right there. Once it broke this imbalance, right? Because if you get in right here down to here, that could be $500, right? But if you shift it and you enter over here instead at the body, let's say that's, or you would stop right here. You'd say that's $250. Okay, that's my risk, right? Am I gonna risk $500 or am I gonna risk 250? And that all depends on whether you have a prop firm, cash account, and what your tolerable stop loss is. That could be a hard stop, That could be a structure stop, right? If you're playing NQ, that might be a hard stop. If your hard stop is $600 loss for the day or $300 loss for the trade, would you rather lose? Your stop is not gonna be perfect, and you're gonna get mad because you entered at the wick, stops you out right here, and then it goes, right? Or whether you enter down here, a better entry at the body, and that's 250, I can tolerate that, right? You won't get stopped out if it goes all the way down to here. All right, brother. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for doing this.
Yep. It'll be on YouTube if you want to see it later, something you missed or whatever. But yeah, have a
Yeah,
good
I
weekend.
missed the whole first part of it. So
All good. Well, have a good weekend. Happy trading. See
yep,
you
you
next
too.
week. Yep.
Yep.
Thanks.
Bye.
Uh, but that's something that you should be paying attention to, how to calculate your risk. If you don't know how to calculate your risk, you probably shouldn't be in a trade. Because if you can't calculate your risk, you're just gonna be moving that stop. I'll be like I said, if you're on MNQ, you could probably tolerate. This is probably like $100, and then you have the stop, right? Do you want to accept a loss if it has a hard open, like as soon as it breaks below this level, or do you want to have a stop of a hard open close where a candle develops below that level? And this style of stop right here, where a hard open close below your stop loss level, it might freaking go above your original stop. So maybe having a broker stop where it locks you out of your account. Because if you get stopped out right here at that wick, you get stopped out and it goes in your favor, you're gonna get mad and you're gonna go on tilt.
You know, the worst part of prop firms is that you can't have a built-in max daily loss.
I think Top Step does.
Who does it? Oh
Yeah,
yeah, those Top Step X platforms. Yep, they have it.
they have it,
Um,
and I believe Tradeify has it too, but you have to do it through Tradeovate. Everybody should, I'd imagine.
um, yeah. So the Trade of Eight does have it, but you can just disable it.
After, it
You can
won't lock
just
you out if you
disable it.
if you enter how much time. If you put like 24 hours, it won't let you disable it. Pretty sure.
It
I
it
thought it
won't.
did.
So on Trade of Eight with your on a Ninja Trader account on Trade of Eight, you can um set it so that it doesn't let you change it. Like you can
Yep,
do lock like once
yep.
triggered
The
lock for the
lockout.
day.
Yep.
But on all of the prop firm Trade of Eights, at least I've tried, so not I mean, I guess five of them or so. Um that doesn't exist. You can have daily liquidity immediately, and it'll kick you out, but you can just go into the settings and turn it off. There is no lock for the day. And
Yeah, that's when you just shut that shit down and you walk away.
yeah, but it's not my problem is not tilt proof. I've actually been trying to think about a system that's as tilt proof as possible while also leaving me protected. So it's like trading through Replicanto only, right? Removing the Trade of Eight passwords from my password manager, right? Because they're all random shit. Trading
Uh,
through, putting the risk settings into Trade of Eight, right? So then when they trigger, uh, to actually unlock them, and then like writing down the passwords. So to actually unlock them, I'd have to go retrieve the passwords, log into the Trade of Eight, like just add more friction because there
uh,
is no truly foolproof way.
exactly, there isn't a way, and actually the only way is to be able to just get rid of that emotion and being able, like, is it Tom Hugard who says
Well, or
or
cash.
Mark Douglas? You gotta accept the loss as soon as you get in the trade.
Yeah.
Accept the loss. Whatever your loss limit is you have to accept the loss. Take it as you already lost. or that money is lost,
Yep.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
And not until you conquer that, you're not gonna be able to conquer that tilt mode.
Yep.
It's
I
hard,
mean, you're
man.
damn
It's
right.
hard.
And
Because
that's probably the hardest part. That's for men. That's probably the hardest part
yeah,
is that emotional let go of like I was wrong 3 times. I need to fucking stop trading for the day. You're like, no, I know I can make it back. My system works. I've proven it works. Let me get back in the trade. Oh, I see something. I see this. And then you're like that's what causes tunnel vision, and you don't look to the left, and you're fucking lost. It's like when you go into a forest and you don't know your way back, and you keep going in circles.
yeah,
Like I would say, the one thing that helped me manage that part of the emotion is just walking away, right? Like just walk away every day, and once you start walking away every day for at a certain amount, you're done. You know you got it, right? So if you walk away for like about 21 days, for the most part, you learn that emotion to not get back in, right? So
The
yeah.
the hardest
Because
part.
that's what you need. Because even if you have a Ninja Trader daily liquidity, nothing will stop you from
No,
wiring in $2,000 to another account, being like, I'm gonna
and
fly. I can't make it back in that one, but I'll make it in this one. You know what I mean?
and that's the
So
hard part is that if you have the disposable funds to just throw money back in it, you know that's when you got to have self control, right?
yeah,
And the discipline. It's
something. Go ahead.
that's one thing I've done before is send money in and like I got some, I got a little bit extra, let me throw some more in. But then at the end of the day, when you lose $300, like fuck, man, I should have waited, right?
Yep.
So
yeah,
it's like then now you have self pity on yourself. But the hardest part is learning to walk away. Once you consistently do it, you'd be good to go. Like I walked away with $14 in the account after trading, and like
Something that's helped
right,
me
yeah,
with that is meditating,
yeah,
having a clear brain in the morning, having something that I emphasize a lot is a routine. Get into a routine, meditate, workout in the morning. Because that releases all the cortisol, all the
yep,
fucking hormones that you acquired or accumulated throughout the night, and you wake up in some type of mood or some type of way. And the only way to get rid of that is meditate and either exercise, go for a walk. It doesn't have to be a strenuous exercise where you're working out for an hour. Just do something for 30 minutes where you're just clearing your head and releasing all that shit. And then
right,
it'll trust me, it'll help you with going on tilt. It'll help you like not give a fuck. Um, especially with the meditation part, it'll help you not like you guys seen it. I posted screenshots of it tying my level and then taking off 100 points. Let's just take my
right.
fishing order off and just let it go, and then just follow what the chart gives you, because there's gonna be another imbalance created, and then
Like
seeing the imbalance be created. If it gets created like a rocket ship and it takes off, that imbalance is gonna fill, and it's gonna have a good reaction when it comes back to that level, especially if it has a doji right next to it.
it, also one thing for your self thought. Like so for instance, I wake up in the morning early and I listen to non lyrical music. It's like vibe, right? And just look at the charts and see where it goes, and that helps you keep you into a relaxed state, right? Nothing that'll get you into a rhythm, but just this vibe, like meditation, right? And that'll help you with your calmness before you trade, and then you'll see stuff in the chart that'll help you get the things together, right? Like if you're listening to lyrical music, you're focusing on the music, not on the
true,
chart,
true. Now I see that. That's like you're trying to let your subconscious do the work,
right?
which is what we're doing. We're training as discretionary traders. We're training our intuition. So it's like you're trying to Yep, I see that
Yeah,
totally. That's good.
and then 3 hours will go by, and the track is over. And oh man, 3 hours went by. Didn't even notice, right? And then you're
Right.
down for trading for the day.
Yep.
But yeah, one of the hardest part is yeah, losing all of your fun, your profits. Like if I was trading and I started losing my profits, I'm done. Because with Apex, you have the trailing threshold, right? And I want to make sure I keep that up, right? Because I've blown accounts where I'm up 9,000,
Yep.
and then I take a bad trade trying to chase, and now I'm down 9,000, but then take one more trade. I'm flat on the day, but I blow the account.
Uh-huh.
Right? So you gotta take into account all the games Apex can play with you. Well, for me at least, right?
Yeah, I don't use
I
that
can't
much.
go back to flat. I have to keep my day green and let it keep pushing forward, right? Yeah, and Ma, that's part of discipline, right? Where you get up and then you want to get that extra, right? Because I walked away $17. I said $13, $17 because I didn't like the trading session. Like with the supply and demand recent in the last few months, I've been I normally wouldn't trade this chop, but with practicing supply and demand, I've learned to wait and play in the chop. Right?
Right.
Don't diddle in the middle. Wait for the supply and demand. Right? Because even this late in the day, all we need is one tweet, and we're fucking wrecked. Right? All we need is one tweet, one mean news conference, and you're wrecked.
Yep.
Because it's hard to trade when you got tweets and shit like that, right? So it's even in the mornings. If you're trading early pre-market, you will see people getting into position. Then see a mean tweet. So it's one of those things you have to watch out for when you're trading.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like every meeting, no matter how many meetings I attend or how many people I talk with about it, always comes down to like, you have to be in the right mindset. So
Yeah,
funny.
the right mindset and the waiting is the hardest part.
Yep.
And watching it play out, that's the hardest part. Watching it play out, the waiting, the mindset, just being chill, not rushing into it. Like I would have traded anything after 8:30 Pacific time today if I wasn't at my charts, right? Even though it wicked down to that doji, I know it could have just stabbed lower. And when it rejected and bought back up, but as it went up to the second doji on the 15 minute, with a 60 minute, it chopped sideways, and I know from experience that would have ate my account up. I'd have get stop, right? And then I was sized up and then blew my account. Yeah, yeah. Watching it
Yep.
play out. If you mark your levels and then just watch, it'll come down to your level or come down to your session, your play. All right, because it'll come up to your levels and sit there for a little bit. But if you get a good entry and don't FOMO in halfway down the candle, you'll be
Don't
in
FOMO.
profit. You'll be in profit and you can just hold it, right? And try not to, like for instance, if it's moving down, try not to enter on the bottom of the candle as it's going down. Like wait
Right.
for a pullback into your retracement of your candle you're going to enter on.
True.
And then you're not going to have any real issues. And if it runs away from you, it's going to come back. Because, like, for instance, there's a candle that happened as was this morning after the bell, right around 2 hours after the bell, after it pushed up, it ran down after the top doji right around. See here, right around 29,756. That top doji on the 5 minute, it stabbed down, but then the next candle, it reversed about 90% of that candle, and then it continued down. And it what it did was run into the wick of the previous doji.
Right.
That'd have been a good that'd have been a good entry to wait on.
You're right. Like that would have been the one. I find a lot of times it's the one that I'm like, man, I get into a trade. I'm like, oh man, if this doesn't go my way right away, the worst case scenario is it comes to here, and then I guess this would be, and then it always goes there.
Yeah,
Like, always.
it's a waiting game, man. It's a waiting game. Just wait your turn. I call it like it's like waiting in line at an amusement park, right? You get in line and you ride, you wait in line in the queue. What's your line in the queue?
Yeah. Just sit and wait.
Like, what else are you gonna do? Sit and wait. And then you start learning your true trades, to where you know I can get in this and wait and chill without too much drawdown.
Right. I also find I flop back and forth between looking for the 50 versus the 20. That's the one thing that's tough. Sometimes you see around the top, and then that's why I was actually asking Semper earlier if he does it differently during the New York session. 'Cause it's like sometimes you're waiting for a good spot, and then you get in and it goes 20 points and comes back to your entry, and 20 points comes back to your, and then eventually it's just like you're so exhausted. Eventually you take the 20 points, or I'm sorry, I take the 20 points, and then it goes to my target. But then sometimes it doesn't.
Sometimes you gotta wait.
Yeah.
You gotta wait 15 to 30 minutes after the open for it to kind of settle. And sometimes
Right.
it's fast. And right now with Trump, the hardest part is with Trump, with the Iran war and all that stuff. That's probably one of the hardest parts because you don't know when he's going to tweet and what he's going to tweet,
Right. No idea.
and that could throw a wrench into your play. It could be any play. It could be fit play, MA play, imbalance play, ICT play, whatever you
True.
use.
Whatever it is, news will trump it.
But when that imbalance is created, you can follow that. It'll give you an inkling after the fact. So don't worry about stopping out where he stops out, if it goes in your direction or if it goes against you. Just accept it and get ready for
Right.
the next trade. Because if you notice that you get mad after that trade, that's the first sign of you going into tilt or going into revenge trading.
True.
If you're mad about your trade, once you feel
Yeah,
that's the first sign that you're going to go on tilt or you're not headed in a good direction.
Yes.
like what you can do is vent it, but don't take it personal, right? Because everybody gonna get mad at a trade, but don't take it personal. Like take a break, 5 minutes, come back, and you be
Don't take it
refreshed,
personal.
right? Because it's not just you that fuck it over.
It's hard to not take it personal.
Right.
It doesn't listen to me.
Right. So
It's
it's not
supposed
just
to
you
do
that
what
gonna
I
get.
say.
So you gotta not take it personal. Like they're not just hunting for you, right? They're hunting for everybody, and they know how people think. They know how people trade. They know people gonna hit the re-enter button, right? So it's like you're one person fighting 1,000 millions of bots, trying to get the same number, right? So it's
Right.
like, hey,
Yeah, don't get into that
it's-
mindset. Oh, the market's after me. No, it's after all the retail traders.
and just by watching, you can take it like this as a game, right? For me, it's like a game. I just watched the chart knock out what 6,000 people, and they blew all these damn accounts. You can see it, right? And like, well, fuck, it didn't get me. I'm good. I survived, right? Because I wasn't playing dibble dabble in the middle. So it's like, ooh, it's a game. It's a game to them, right? And you see them play the game, and it's like, well, I'm not playing. I didn't get in there, so I'm not playing part. I'm not part of that game, right? It's like, hey, I lucked out. Well, I didn't luck out. I didn't take it, so I didn't take the bait, right?